Kamloops North Thompson.
Thank you. Just a couple of quick questions for the minister, we have a bit of an issue brewing in Kamloops around ophthalmology, and so I'll walk the minister through a very quick timeline here. Essentially, late 2022, early 2023, Interior Health had identified that Kamloops required 3 ophthalmologists. They went out and successfully found another ophthalmologist. She does great work, and she happens to be a pediatric ophthalmologist as well, which added to capacity and services in the Kamloops area, which is wonderful. However, in around January of 2024, so only a few short months later, one of the 3 ophthalmologists informed IHA that he would be retiring coming up in around August. He had located somebody to take over his practice, all fully board certified Canadian, coming out from Ontario, I believe it was, and he would take over the practice. Now, this practice sees around 300 patients a week. It's incredibly important, as only a year ago, IHA had identified that Kamloops needed 3 ophthalmologists. So it was a bit of a surprise, both to the ophthalmologist and the community and his patients, that IHA immediately turned around and said, well, you know what, we actually don't need 3 ophthalmologists in Kamloops anymore. So could the minister explain how, in the space of a few short months, the city that's one of the fastest growing cities in Canada right now, with a patient load of 300 patients a week, is suddenly deemed to no longer be needed? And if so, is there not a way to have IHA reverse their decision, given that the system is already financially sustaining within IHA the 3 ophthalmologists?
Minister.
Thank you. Thanks very much, Honourable Speaker and Honourable Chair. As the member knows, he described it in his preamble to say that a new ophthalmologist was hired in the fall of 2023 in Kamloops, that Dr. Gelfimo announced more recently than that he's retiring. There is, I think, it appears, some difference of opinion between himself and those doing the work at the hospital, because there is some difference between his practice and a practice that would involve using hospital time. Those are the positions that are full. But what I would suggest, and I'm absolutely open to do, and having our team do at Interior Health, is engage with Dr. Gelfimo. I think they've already made that offer, but we'd be absolutely prepared to have that offer to discuss the circumstances of his retirement and how we can continue to provide excellent service to the people of Kamloops. These are issues, of course, that are management issues of doctors in the community. The difference, I think, there is a difference between Dr. Gelfimo's practice and the practice of the new doctor coming in, and that's something to be assessed and considered, but absolutely open to having that discussion.
Member.
Thank you. Well, so here's the problem patients in Kamloops are faced with, to the minister. At a time where access to specialists and other doctors is critically short, and I recognize that IHA is essentially trying to dictate and control operating room time, but that is precisely the problem here. You have a catchment area that Kamloops serves, these 3 ophthalmologists serve, of 225,000 people. It goes all the way north to Williams Lake. In fact, one will travel up to Williams Lake to do some work up there as well. Occasionally, I think it's once a week they rotate around. So that's the Kamloops catchment area, which is actually well below the ophthalmological standards, as I've come to learn, for population ophthalmologists per population. So let's go down the road a little bit within IHA. Vernon, a population much smaller than Kamloops, has 4 ophthalmologists, all with IHA operating room times. Kelowna has 10. Penticton has 4. So in an hour-and-a-half drive in the Okanagan Valley, there are 18 ophthalmologists, and Interior Health is refusing to find the operating time for 3 in Kamloops. So then I thought, well, where else does IHA cover? Oh, they cover the Kootenays. The Kootenays, much smaller population in the Kamloops area, the whole Kootenay region. The Kootenays have 5, all under the Interior Health umbrella, all doing surgeries. These are all based on surgical wait times for ophthalmology, which means they actually are performing surgeries. So will the minister be willing to intercede with IHA? This isn't about qualification. This isn't about the ophthalmologists having their own office and space and everything else like that. They have all that. They're not looking for a different funding model. They're simply saying it's not reasonable that literally a few months ago, Interior Health identified a need for 3 ophthalmologists, and then a few months later, they've said, actually, we've recalibrated our assessment. We don't need 3 anymore. We only need 2 when we have a growing population. And when you see 18 literally just down the road from Kamloops and 5 over in the Kootenays, it simply does not make any sense that an area of 225,000 people that services people that live up to 3 hours away in Williams Lake is supposed to be served by 2 moving forward, when the one that's retiring has a patient load of 300 patients a week.
Minister of Health.
Well, I just want to put it in context, and I think I answered in the first question that, of course, we'll take a look at it. Makes sense, and so we'll take a look at issues when they're brought forward, just to understand that Dr. Gelfmo does not has consulting privileges, does not have allocated OR time. So that's not a change. That all the positions at Royal Inland Hospital were filled after the recruitment of a new physician in the fall of 2023. The Royal Inland Hospital has 4 privileged ophthalmologists at present, and I appreciate the member may see there's a debate about that and a discussion about that in the community of ophthalmologists. And so my suggestion is that Dr. Gelfmo meet with the Royal Inland Hospital Chief of Staff and the Chief of Ophthalmology, and I'll certainly review the matter as well, and have a discussion about these issues, which are issues that arise when people retire. And certainly in Kamloops, the member will know this, we have shorter wait times for major ophthalmological procedures, including cataracts, than both the national and the provincial average, and that we've in fact reduced those wait times in recent years, and we've got to continue to do so as the community grows. So I'm not in a dispute with the member. He's raised this issue, and I'm interested in it. These are some of the facts that are involved, and my suggestion is that the medical professionals get together and discuss it, but I will, of course, get involved in this as I do in issues all the time.